All right. Good afternoon. Monday, October 11th, 2021. Another week. All right. So let's see what's going down with the markets. A lot of movement going down this weekend. Uh, so basically, what's in the news? There's still a threat of China invading Taiwan. You got to keep that in the background. Oil's high right now, so there is energy and oil crisis. Oh my! And the banks are about now announcing earnings this week. So let's see how the markets are moving based on that news. What else is in play? Wednesday we have the FMOC minutes coming out, and also CPI. So keep those on the horizon. Those would be market movers for the. Those would be moving the market this week. All right. So currently the VIX is sitting at 18.3. We were at 19 earlier, so that's kind of bullish. We like it below 18. 18 is very good for the markets. All right, but let's see what's going down. So again, 15 minutes, short-term time frame. You can utilize this same thing in a longer time frame. I'm just looking for the movers on high volatile stocks, and we're going to dive into it. So XPX had a nice run. We held the lows of Friday, which was 43.86. We took a small trade there this morning. We saw that it was at the lows. And remember, all path leads back to the 50. So basically, momentum MACDs was telling me that it was starting to run and it was running back to the 50. We did sell out of those for a nice little profit. It's holding. SPX is above the 50-day moving average, which is the white line. MACD is telling me that this run is over. So what is going to happen here? So it is typical for lunchtime. We have two more moves supposedly for the rest of the day. We're going to have the after lunch move, and then we're going to have the power hour move. All right. But right now, we're just going to sit back and wait and see what happens. NDX again was a little bit weaker than the rest of the other two indexes we look at, but basically held the lows of Friday, and we saw the MACDs turning, and it was going to head back to the 50. Held the 50, but what's going to happen at the 50? Something's happening to the markets right now. It just moved a little bit, but anyway, bouncing off the 50. Let's see what happens. Can this collapse? Is this going to bring the rest of the markets down with it? Tech has been weaker all along, but let's see what happens. Something just happened. Banks are lower and XPX is lower. All right. Um, let's see. So, all right, Russell has a lot of banks components in it. So we typically saw this for this week. It kind of held the lows of Friday and going higher. So again, same type of position. MACD is going higher. We're going to head back to the 50. So that was a trade. We didn't take that trade, but basically it's holding. And I think it's not really going to move until the bank starts announcing. So let's look at that. All right. So based on these right here, we have Alphabet. Alphabet open up lower, or Google open up lower, and we saw the MACDs turn. And again, same type of thing. If you want to take that trade, I actually took this trade back to the 50, and again, broke 2,800. They're seeing a lot of supply here at 28.14, 28.13. Don't know if that's going to turn. But basically, let's see what happens. Some news just hit the marketplace. I don't know what happened, but something happened. So keep in mind, we're going to watch these levels, see if it breaks down. But we're noticing that this swing is done, and now we're going to just wait and see which is the next swing. Let's see what the rest of these bad boys are going to do. But the Nasdaq tech looks a little bit weaker. So we're going to see if this is going to drag it down these two components. All right. Amazon was weaker than all of them. This tried to open up lower. This is a trade you could have taken to the downside. Again, MACDs were rolling up, telling me it was turning, but Amazon had just been weaker across the board. Basically, it's just weak. Actually, MACDs are actually we're getting a divergence here. So this was not a trade that I would have taken. Just FYI, not really in alignment. So you're getting divergences bouncing off the 50. MACDs are going up. But if we break this, let's see. Amazon's not really making sense at this moment. It's going downward. And again, how low can we go? We filled in this gap here, which is normal. Can it hold that and gap higher? But basically, right here, we're looking at 32.92. This is a bear trap if it can get up that high. All right. Tesla. Tesla ran up a lot this morning. Pre-market, it just ran off to the races. MACD bounced up to zero and ran. So this is a trade that you could have taken. Basically, bounce off to zero. We saw this going back to the 50, this going back to the 50, this going back to the 50. So this was going to its resistance area. So again, not until we have breakouts on these components is Tesla going to go, but Tesla has been moving on its own. All right, ISRG. ISRG is working lower, lower, lower. We do have a divergence here. It is going lower. MACDs are going higher. So I'm expecting a rebound here. Probably look for a reversal at 328. This is where the bears get trapped. So I think that if the markets turn, this will probably turn as well, or it can go lower. But as of right now, just sit back and wait on ISRG. Chipotle. So this was interesting. Domino announces earnings at the close. So keep that in the back burner. And basically, Chipotle's working lower, still pretty good at 1801. If it gets down to 1750, I think we're nearing the end here, is trying to base. If it can get to 1750, maybe for earnings play, which is October 21st. But I believe, depending on Domino's earnings after the bell today, will give us a clear indication how Chipotle will do. They both did very well at the last earnings play, and good COVID plays as well. Plays during COVID. All right, so we're gonna go into NVIDIA, see if this works. I don't know if it worked because we're doing it at a trading view, but basically, MicroStrategies up here in the left hand corner. Bitcoin is up. This is a great way to play Bitcoin. Pretty much, MicroStrategy, it's a Bitcoin ETF, not a confirmed one, but they own a lot of Bitcoin. So Bitcoin goes up, this goes up. So Bitcoin right now is flirting with 57,000 and change. This thing ran up. A lot of people were playing this at the morning because Bitcoin was up. So and it ran up pretty nicely. Shopify. Just covering this. Shopify working his way back to the 50. Again, same type of movement as we did see in the NASDAQ and so forth. So again, 1355 heading back up to 1389. If the markets turn, we'll see what happens. Okay. Netflix. Netflix had a little bit of a fake out. Actually caught me with it here, but we saw it run, bounce up to 50. Netflix came out, had an upgrade of 740, I believe. So I think this was move of the upgrade, but the overall market's not running. So this is just kind of going sideways. So look at Netflix. I think if we take out this 639, I think it could run, but there is some selling pressure right in there. So let's just watch it and see what happens. But Netflix is one of the strongest ones. All right, Roku, same type of deal with Netflix, ran and then held back. But Roku's in no man's land. It's just kind of hanging, had a huge run, and then it's just kind of sitting there consolidating. Let's see if it can take out the highs of Friday, which is sitting at 327. If it does that, I think it could continue running. NVIDIA ran. They are expecting some good news today. Same as the NASDAQ and the XPX. We saw momentum going back to the 50 and then some. So that's a trade you could have taken. It's coming to the end right now. Wouldn't chase. Just let it sit back and wait. Mercado Libre, just put this back. This thing has been hammered. I'm looking for a reversal sign on this. It looks like it's coming to the end. It could probably head back to the 50, which is sitting at 1528. Currently, Mercado Libre is at 1494. So just watch that if the market starts turning. Apple, huge run. Same thing as the NASDAQ and the XPX. Basically, as early morning, MACDs came around and around 142 all the way up to 144. This isn't a big mover, but here's a move if you're scared of volatile stocks. Here's one you can do. And OICH, oil's going up. This is a play we put it on Friday. And this one gave us a quick double this morning. So just looking at this, looking for another re-entry. But if oil hits $100 a barrel, this would be a good hedge against the overall portfolio. But basically, this worked out pretty well. Can it get up to 230, 240? We'll see, but it's still working up higher. All right, guys, that's it, and hopefully go get it. Hope I'm hoping a very green week for you guys. I'm gonna dive in and find out what's going on with these markets. If we go back here, and XPX huge, it's kind of going lower. So there's some news that just hit. Don't know what that is, but all right, go out there, go get it, guys.